Jennifer Green, thanks for taking the time. We haven't talked this season, so I'd like to kind of talk holistically about the season so far. And last time I saw your team compete with my eyes was against Boise State. That was a great meet for you guys. But for you, how is your team doing this season?
We have an amazing group of young ladies. It's probably the closest team we've ever had. They hold each other accountable. So it's really been fun to see them push themselves instead of us having to do any of that for them. So they're quite amazing, actually. I can't wait for them to put the entire meet together, all 4 events, like we know how to do. When they're all in the lineup, I think we'll make people nervous.
That would be good. I think maybe you've already done that. Unfortunately, this past week in Missouri, things kind of fell apart at the end of the meet. But there's some accountability on this team. You like that, right?
I do, because they are taking their ownership of it. And so if you can own your mistake and figure out what you need to do differently, then we're on the right track. So they have come to me with different ways they want to put pressure on themselves. And that's pretty awesome to watch, that I don't have to be the one pushing or Sharon. They're doing that themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't talk about your team without talking about Maggie Slife, but I think Alyssa Bigler has also been having quite the season, all of them really. But for them to be 1-2 overall in the all-around was amazing that 1 week.
Yes, it was. So when we were home with Boise, they both had great meets. And Kylie was right there as well. So having 3 all-rounders is wonderful and also a little scary sometimes because that's a third of a lineup. So yes, keep them healthy. They all have been kind of just coming into their own. Kylie's come back on bars, and she hasn't done bars since her freshman year. So being an all-arounder your senior year is pretty cool. And making the lineup, not just being one. Alyssa, I think, has gotten the little jitters of the freshman year out, and she's figured out what she needs to perform to her best ability. And then Maggie's a machine. She is day in, day out the same person. Every single turn, intentionality, all of that is pretty amazing. That's why she's top 10 in the country. So we are pretty lucky. And the neatest part of Maggie freshman year to Maggie now, same athlete, same gymnast, different leader. She has come out of her shell, and she is comfortable helping and comfortable guiding, and that's pretty awesome.
It totally is. So now you head into another conference matchup, Utah State, also Alaska, tri-meet this weekend. What do you want to see? What do you need to see? Maybe a bounce-back performance here?
Yes. We definitely would like to hit 4 events again. I guess the real thing is it's more about intentionality. It's more about the little details. We're good sometimes with that, and we're not as great other times with it. So I think we're very good this year staying in our bubble, which has been wonderful. We only worry about ourselves. We haven't really worried about the scores. When they worry about the scores, that's when I think the top falls off or the bottom falls out. So I think just staying in our bubble and then being very intentional with each turn.
I see the chain with the AF on it, and explain how someone earns that.
That's the girls. I'm not a chain girl, but I think it's just after a great performance. For us, really, I think before, when the last several years, we were more about just hitting routines, and hitting routines isn't good enough for us anymore. So we need to see the sticks. We are really trying to focus on counting handstands, how many sticks we're having each meet, how do we build on that each week. So we need more handstands, we need more sticks, and it's amazing how they're like kind of contagious. Once one does, then the next, and then you just kind of feel the energy build. So that's what I'd like to see this weekend.
Should be fun. Jen Green, thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thanks.